thank you everyone for joining us. It's so good to have a combined cooking class. I miss cooking with you all. And this recipe I'm making today is very versatile, so you can make it sweet or savory, and you can just use it to go together with some desserts. I have a overhead camera here. Can you
We
see?
can spotlight it.
So I'll use the butterfly. You just place the butterfly in. Then I'll start cooking. Preheat the oven. Line a baking tray that I already did, and put the butterfly here. That's how you use it. You see, it's really attached here. You should not go over speed 4 with your butterfly. And I'll add 1 egg white to my clean bowl. I'll close the lid. And I'll beat it for 1 minute, speed 4. You can make it with 1 egg white. And this is quite impressive about Thermomix, because usually if you're using a hand mixer or any other appliance, you need more than 1 egg white to do this. And what the egg white will do in the recipe, it will hold together all the spices and flavors that we're using, and will coat the nuts beautifully. So the recipe is asking me to use 300 grams of almonds and cashews, but instead I'm using 300 grams of a mix of nuts. So I'm using walnuts, Brazil nuts. I cut the Brazil nuts in half because they are quite big, and almonds and cashews. So I'm making it my own way, and can you see? Beautiful.
I love
Just
how
1 egg
flexible
white.
this recipe is.
And now I'm using the seasonings. I use the same seasonings as the recipe asks, but you can do your own way and just add whatever you want. So it's half teaspoon of cinnamon. Just my teaspoon here. Half teaspoon cinnamon. Half teaspoon allspice. I'm using 5 spice. You can use allspice. I actually had allspice here. Just forgot to get it. And smoked paprika also. So half teaspoon of each. And then brown sugar, 3 teaspoons of brown sugar. So if you're making something that's savory, you just keep the sugar and add salt. Not 3 teaspoons, please, just a pinch of salt. And just a little splash of ground cumin. Is 3/4 of teaspoon. Add a little bit more. And flake salt. So even when you're cooking something that is sweet, a little pinch of salt will just bring all the flavors together beautifully. And then I'll close again and mix together for 4 seconds only. And now I'll add all the nuts. So the recipe asks for just almonds and cashews. I'm adding a mix of nuts. And still with the butterfly on, I'll mix together the nuts and my egg white. So the egg white will really coat the nuts in a beautiful way. It's really different what this recipe makes. So it's ready now. I'll get my tray here. Use the butterfly. And I'll just spread my nuts. Can you see how beautiful this is?
Yes.
Like caramelized by the egg white. So I won't put everything in my tray here. I'll save few nuts in my Thermomix bowl just because I want to make a little treat to use together with the custard. So I still have some nuts here. I'll just close the lid. So this is not in the recipe. This is my own thing. I'll press the little house here. That's what you do when you're cooking with Cookidoo and then you want to do your own thing. You just press the little house and you go to the main screen. You can do whatever you want. And then after you press into the green banner here and you go back to your recipe, the same place where you were. I'll just chop my nuts for 3 seconds. It's speed 7. And now I'll use these chopped nuts as a crumble for my dessert or anything. Can you see? 3 seconds.
Wow.
And since it was coated by the egg white, it will become like a cluster. I can roast them in the format that I want. So I'm using a different tray here. But I'll bake them together. Of course, this one will bake faster, so we can use in the recipe here. I can just spread it around, or I can put them together and use almost like a biscuit after a bake. I'll put it into my oven and I'll show you the result later.
Great, thank you very much. I mean, that's something that you could, wow. Yeah. I could put that onto all kinds of desserts and maybe even yogurt in the morning for breakfast. Nice and flavorful. Okay, or anyone wants to, you can always put it into salad, right? All right, so we're going to go on to the next person while you get the spice nuts into the oven. Next we have, I'm gonna remove the spotlight here. Next we have Cindy coming up. Hello, Cindy. Tell us what you're going to be making today.
Okay, this is a very traditional street food from Thailand. I'm going to make the shrimp pancake using the spring roll scheme.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's a Cookidoo recipe.
Okay, we'll be sending out that afterwards.
Yeah, and I'm going to do bilingual today. 今天呢要给大家介绍一道泰国的小吃，它叫月亮虾饼。那其实它还是很适合，因为新年快到了，也适合端上桌的，因为它很漂亮，圆的。那今天我用的那个春卷皮是方形，你也可以把它剪成圆形的。Okay, so let's get started. Using the Cookidoo is super easy. You just follow the steps. I didn't change anything in the recipe. So, okay, so first we need 10 grams of garlic. 首先我们需要10克的蒜头 garlic. 那我们记得 tear 就是归零哈，然后放进10克. So remember to tear your weight. Okay, a little bit over is okay. So next we need 10 grams of ginger. Okay, need more. 10克的姜哦，姜是可以去腥的。So the ginger is usually for Chinese food that you can, Asian food you can reduce the, what is that called? Reduce the bad smell from the seafood. Okay, and next we need 10 grams of Chinese cilantro. But today I didn't get cilantro, so I'm going to substitute with the green onion, and I already chopped into a little pieces. 那因为它要放10克的香菜，那我刚好没有香菜，我就要放进10克的葱，我已经事先大概切一点了。Okay, so cover our lid and a measuring cup, and next already set here 3 seconds, and we turn to speed 6. 这边 recipe 已经 recipe 已经帮你设好3秒钟速度6哈，那我们就可以了。Okay, it's ready. So we take a look of the inside of the mixing bowl. So the next step you need to scrap down whatever you fly to the wall, the mixing bowl wall, to down there, middle. Okay. Next, we need 300 grams of shrimp. 好，那用刮刀把旁边锅壁飞上来的葱，把它全部都往下刮之后，就放虾仁。We need 300 grams of shrimp. This is our peeled shrimp. Okay, 300 grams. This recipe is very delicious. 这个 recipe 很好吃。
I can tell. That's great. Good for snacks, right?
Yeah, it's very simple. And 1 egg white. 1颗蛋白哈。有的人说啊，那我蛋黄怎么办？你可以就是连蛋黄都下去，其实没关系的。Some people like we need 1 egg white, but some people will say, and what about my egg yolk? You know, to me, I don't want to waste. I will put it in also. Okay, if you happen to don't know how to deal with your egg yolk, just put it in. Who cares? But it still tastes good. Okay? Yeah.
Or save your egg yolk for the custard then.
Yeah,
that's true. We
but
can
you
have
need
it
to
for
have
the
more,
custard.
or you need to make like more batches, and you save egg yolks for the custard. That's a good idea. So next one, we need 10 grams of the sugar, any types of sugar, icing sugar, or a lot of people been having this substitute sugar now too. 再来就是10克的糖粉，看你家里习惯用什么糖都可以的啊。Okay, next we need 10 grams of corn flour, cornstarch, 10 grams. 10克的玉米粉哦。So this recipe is in Chinese. I'm not sure if there's a recipe in English, but it's super easy. And then 10 grams of fish sauce. 10克的鱼露哦。The brand I'm using today is the squid. Okay, so 10 grams. Okay, 10克的鱼露哦。And one teaspoon of cooking wine. 1茶匙的米酒。This is the cooking wine I'm using. I'm a Taiwanese, so I use Taiwanese wine. Okay, we need 1 teaspoon. Okay. And next step, we need 1 teaspoon of the white pepper. Sorry. If you don't have, you can substitute with black pepper. That's fine. Okay. If you like more spicy, you can put more white pepper. Okay, so we put the lid back on. 我们把量杯盖回去呢 and the next step shows 10 seconds into speed 6. 那我们就是已经设定好10秒钟速度6哦。Okay, next, we need to scrap down the stuff. Oh, I don't need to. Okay, look, only 10 seconds. It's like a paste already. Okay, we'll try. Out. Okay, we need to do it again. Cover back our lid. And it's going to use the kneading function for 20 seconds. So we just turn our knob and let it knead. I think this function is giving you the texture is more firm. 然后接下来就是揉面功能20秒。那因为这个功能其实它就是要让我们的虾滑呢可以得到一个比较 结实的效果。Okay, so then we are done almost. So this is the paste. 好啦，那 for the recipe, yeah, you're supposed to put it in the oven, but if you want to cut it short and you don't mind to pan fry it, I'm using pan fry today because it's saving a lot of time. Because for baking, you need to bake 20 to 25 minutes. But if with the pan fry, you can be done within 5 minutes. Okay, so I need to put my machine to the back. I'm going to show you how to put this onto the skin. Can you see? Okay. So first of all, we need one piece. So the original recipe, the skin is round shape. But if you want, you can cut it into round, but I don't want to waste. So I'm going to stay as a square shape. Because the name of this dish called moon pancake, moon swing pancake. So the moon it's not square, it's round. So you can cut it into round and do it. Okay. So you put a little bit of the olive oil and spray on top. Then next, we put our shrimp paste. Oh, that's the shrimp paste. Mm-hmm. This recipe is good for 2. So we almost put half. It's very thick shrimp paste. So I need a bit more here.
I presume that you can also make it into tiny, dainty little ones.
Yes, you can buy whatever kind of. Some people they do it on the what's that? The dumpling dough.
Oh
dumpling
yes.
Skin.
Okay.
You can also put it on the dumpling skin if you like the dumpling texture. Mm-hmm. To me, I think the best is, or maybe the one like you can substitute with the Vietnamese rice paper too.
Oh yes.
If you want to have a round shape, you can do that too. So you don't need to cut it. But that you need to soak in the water. So the skin will become a bit like too wet, too soft. It's not easy to manage. Okay, so we spray like this evenly. 然后我们跟着就是春卷皮上面涂一点那个橄榄油，之后呢就把虾滑呢铺在上面。那这个分量，今天做的分量是有2片的分量，所以呢这边就是里面虾滑的一半。Okay, so next step, we get another skin, then we put it on the top. That's very simple, and it's done. So it's ready for pan fry. But before you pan fry, we need to use a fork, okay, to do this, to give it some pause, so it will be, it won't pop up. It's ready to pan fry.
Nice.
So I got the next one to go, or do I? Okay, I just do pan fry. Or do I need
so
to
you're
tell
going to go and
everyone
pan fry this
to...
for us and show us afterwards?
Yeah.
What it looks like?
But the pan fry, you need to have some technique as well. So you pan fry, you put the oil, put some oil into the pan. And once it gets higher heat, you put it inside and you cover the lid with the medium low heat for 2 minutes. Then you turn over and do the same for another 2 minutes, and you have your pancake ready.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you're gonna go pop the whole
No, I already tell
pancake in?
everyone. Yeah. So I'm going to say in Chinese.
Okay.
春卷皮用煎的话呢，你放一些油，加热之后呢，把春卷，就是把我们的虾饼放进去，然后用中小火去煮，盖子盖上煮2分钟之后翻面，那一样再2分钟，记得要中小火哦。Remember medium low heat. So if goes by number is around 3, between 3 and 4. Okay. And yeah, I'm done. I'll show you the result.
All right. Good. So there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
I was wondering how we would fit everything in there. That's beautiful. Okay. Great. We'll come back and have a look at the pancake afterwards that Cindy's cooking for us. And we'll go over to Jennifer now. And Jennifer's going to make the strawberry panna cotta for us.
The ingredients are very simple. All we need is water and gelatin. They call for the sheet gelatin, but I have the powder one at home, so I'm going to use this. And sugar and whole milk and whipping cream. That's all you need. So at first, we're gonna, well, because this is very quick, so you'll need to grease 6 ramekins. Mine is a little big, so it fits about 4. These are all ones that I bought from IKEA. So since I'm using the powder, so I don't need to soak the gelatin. I'm gonna skip that. So it calls for 3 sheets, and using 1 pouch is enough. So then we ask for 2.5 ounces of sugar. Here. And all you want with your strawberry. It asks for 1 ounce of freeze-dried strawberry, and I have made some last night, and I find the color very dark, not as pretty as the picture. So I'm gonna reduce my strawberry to 1/2 ounce. And it also calls for vanilla beans, 1/2 ounce. I think it's a bit over the top. So I'm just gonna put 2 in. So that's all I'm gonna put in, because last night I followed the recipe, and 1/2 ounce is like 6, almost 7. So and because this recipe is a TM6 recipe, so the grinding part, it's using the automatic function, the blending. And this is how it comes to
Wow.
20 seconds. 所以我们一开始就是放了2个 ounce 的糖，然后 recipe 上面那个草莓是1个 ounce， 我觉得太多，所以我 reduce 成0.5个 ounce， 然后20秒用 blending 打完。So obviously these are yummy and expensive, so we're not gonna waste it. We're gonna scrape it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't waste anything.
So it's gonna grind a little bit more for 3 seconds at speed 8. 然后再3秒钟，速度8，再让它打稀一点。And then we're ready to put in the rest of our ingredients. So 8 ounces of milk, whole milk, because you want this to be creamy. Eight ounces of whipping cream.
Mm.
然后再加上8 ounce 的全脂牛奶跟那个8 ounce 的那个冻鲜奶、冻奶油。Oh, I'm gonna put in, because we're using the powder, so I'm gonna put it in before it started heating the milk to make sure that it's well dissolved and melted. So so it's the recipe has used the water kettle function and set it at 140 degrees.
That's interesting that it uses the kettle function in this recipe.
Yeah, and
so
we're
convenient.
gonna try today because last night when I tried it just keep on, because there's no time, right? When they're using the automatic functions that that's introduced in TM6, like the blending and like you only see 2. So for blending, you see the time and the knob, but you don't know at what speed.
Mm-hmm.
And with this is you see the temperature, but you don't know how long it's gonna take. And last night when it does this, I feel like it should be fine. So I stopped it before it stopped automatically. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what happens today.
Okay, so it's very good for you to show us the modifications.
Yes, I find it's a waste too, because like vanilla bean, it should be just a flavor, and they're using that much. I feel it's just because as you can see, it's like all
mm-hmm. And it's set properly.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yes, I can see that there's little specks of vanilla in there, which is really nice, which is you get a very strong vanilla flavor, right? Yeah. So remind us again what changes that you've done. You've used the powdered gelatin instead of the sheets.
That's what I have, but both will be fine. And most people find using the sheet gelatin actually sets your jello or your mousse much better.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I have at home, so I just use that.
Right. And then also for people who are not able to use gelatin, I presume that you could try using agar as well.
Yes.
Which would give it a firmness, but you'd have to refer to the instructions for boiling the agar.
Yeah.
Okay. And then any other changes that you made?
No, I reduced the vanilla bean and the strawberry. Yeah, to half.
Good. Good, good. What if what do you think if somebody doesn't have the freeze-dried?
Have the what?
Freeze-dried strawberries?
I think for making panna cotta, I think using fresh strawberry should be fine too, because you're using in a liquid. But yeah,
Right.
for the sprinkle that they asked to do after you finish and trying to make the ensemble, then you know you need that powder, but you can do it without. Because making the syrup at the end, and in this, I think it's fine using fresh. Yeah, it's not a recipe that if you don't have freeze dry that you can't do it. I think it's fine using fresh strawberries.
Okay, good. Good, good. So we have to just to wait for this for a little while. And then the next step is you pour into the ramekin molds. Yes. And it's done. Okay.
And then it needs to sit in the, I let mine sit overnight, but in the recipe it says at least 4 hours. So you need to have a good amount of time. Yeah.
Okay. And how many molds did you find it would fit?
For this, it's 4. Okay. If you use a smaller one, so the size of like our regular muffin cups, it's probably 6. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So if you're using
you'll be
like
able to get 4 to 6.
Yeah, if you're using like the creme brulee kind of ramekins, then I think probably just 4. 6 is it's gonna be very thin. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So are we ready to go on to the next one? So what we'll do is you'll show us the turned out panna cotta afterwards.
Sure.
Okay, great. Let's go on to the next recipe. But just before we do that, we have Monica Hetty, who's done with her the nuts.
Yeah, so what I have here, I took out the crumble that I made. So the crumble baked for 15 to 20 minutes. You keep an eye on it. And it's hard. So if you let some like these, you have clusters, and then you can break them by hand to use on top of the custard. It's very flavorful. So my house smells delicious. And the nuts are still baking. So if you're baking the whole nut, you take 35 minutes to 40 minutes.
Okay, so you're going to tell us how you're going to use the crumble afterwards.
Yes, so I will use the crumble after Naki makes the custard.
All right, we've got Naki coming up then.
Okay, so here is my daughter with me cooking today. And we are going to make a chocolate coconut milk custard.
Wonderful. So I love the fact that this is dairy-free.
Yeah, it's dairy-free. I am the one in the house. I have to be careful. So I was really happy when I saw this recipe. Okay, let's start cooking, Valerie. Okay, she's going to help me. So we need 14 ounces of coconut milk. So here, so I need a spoon, Valerie. Oops, sorry. What? I forgot to take out the spoon. So. Okay. So, Valerie, I need to see. So it's so if you buy the can, it will be 400 milliliters of coconut milk. Can you press next, please? Next. Okay, so now we need 4 yolks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, Valerie, please. 1 teaspoon of sweet coconut powder. Please read. Can you help me with that, Valerie, please? Okay. Now we need next. Some sugar. Okay. Gentle. Whoops.
Mama.
One more. Okay. Next. And 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. It's already here. Thank you, Valerie.
Put after Mama.
Okay. Good job. Okay, next. And that's everything that we need. So we put here the lid with the measuring cup. Remember always to have the measuring cup. And now we need to turn it. Okay, turn. Thank you. And now to wait for 12 minutes. The temperature will be 212 Fahrenheit. And now we just need to wait. That's it. Do you like to cook
You
with
were
me?
faster than me. I'm still putting my ingredients on.
That's excellent. So this is one of those desserts that you throw everything in there, and you don't even have to stand around stirring it to make sure that the custard doesn't boil over or doesn't stick into the bottom of the pot, right?
Yeah,
An
we
easy
like to
one.
do this one very often because it's really fast to do and it's really
It is,
good.
and it's really tasty.
Yeah,
So we
it
have a
is.
couple of, it looks like we have a couple of minutes here. Is it 12 minutes that it's going to cook on? I'm
Yes,
following along
12
here.
minutes. Yeah.
And I'm cooking along with you, and I'm using monk fruit sweetener as well.
Oh, yeah, I think you can use the coconut sugar too, if you like.
Oh, coconut sugar. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine that would taste really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got this one going in.
I use brown sugar. So since you're making it chocolate, it doesn't really matter the color of the sugar you're using.
True.
Yeah.
So you can use brown sugar, you can use alternative sugars. Right. So let's see. Now let's go back to Cindy, who's going to show us what she's done with hers. Let me just spotlight Cindy here. Cindy.
Hi.
Oh, there
So
you go.
it's done. This is the 2 portions. That's quite a lot, right?
Oh, that's excellent.
See, that's you can cut, if you really want the round shape, you just cut the edges and it will become round. So it looks a shape of pizza. And it tastes really delicious. I already have a try out. Okay,
That looks great.
So to go with it, this sauce, which I'm lazy, I bought the one from the supermarket. Like this one is the one I bought. It says it's a sweet chili sauce for spring roll.
Nice.
Yeah, it's from Thailand, so it's quite original. So, but if you want, you can make your own sauce. We have recipe for that as well. So
that looks brilliant. And really, it's a great one for really it's pretty, right?
Yeah. So if you want, you can use to bake for 20 minutes with 375 degrees. It's more healthy that way, but this is more tasty because the oil. Yeah. 那已经都做好了，然后就是如果真的要圆形，就是把四角把它切开，把它剪掉，就会变成圆形了。那酱料我用的是这个泰式的甜辣酱，它是专门给那个 春卷的，所以好啦，我的就介绍到这里。
这好好吃哦。
Thanks, yeah, it's really good， 很好吃。我刚偷吃一片了。I already had one. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Okay.
Jenny and I need to come back. I need to make the sauce.
Okay, great. Let me spotlight you. There you go.
Well, afterwards, you need to clean your bowl and wipe it dry. And put in 1 ounce of freeze-dried strawberry. I'm gonna again use just half. So I'm just gonna use half an ounce. Grind it with the lid. And after you grind it, you're gonna reserve some. Just set aside. I'm gonna pour them all out first.
I love how everything's coming together with different textures.
Yeah, at 20 seconds, it doesn't. It doesn't grind everything to powder.
Right. That's right. So you have some powder and little pieces afterwards.
Yeah.
And then of course the panna cotta is going to be really, really smooth.
So after that, you put 4 ounces of water. Now we're gonna cook the syrup with 4 ounces of sugar. We're gonna boil the water. At this moment, I guess we should turn one out that I already made in the sauce. Let's see if we can do it. Okay.
Wow, that's going to be fancy.
And then we sprinkle some of these on top.
Ooh, very nice.
Today I didn't find pretty strawberries, so I got some raspberries instead.
And they're going to be lovely too.
Yeah. So this will be a nice Valentine's dessert.
Oh, hold it up. Let's have a look, nicely. Wow, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Gorgeous.
So everyone, that looked simple enough, and you can prep it the day before, right? All those panna cottas will probably keep at least a day in the fridge.
Yeah.
To set, and then whenever you're ready, you can make yourself a nice strawberry sauce or raspberry sauce to go with it, and that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and the shape of your panna cotta depends on what kind of mold you use, so you can choose. You have flower parts or the pancake, the round pancake.
And what did you use there? That's the one that you use has got the bunt.
Yeah, it's the bunt.
Okay, that's going to be so pretty. Right. Thank you very much. So we're going to have we've now got the little nibbles, the prawn pancakes or shrimp pancakes, and then the panna cotta, the strawberry panna cotta is done. I'm cooking along with the chocolate custard and Naki. So we're going to be having chocolate custard, coconut chocolate custard. So it's dairy free.
Can I set my little cup here? Can I show how I do it?
Let's do that.
You can use the back of a spoon just to beat up your crumble. So you have little pieces, even though you can just eat the clusters. And you can put some in the bottom of a glass and pour the custard on top. This is a good way to use the crumble. So not always the crumble is not for using on top only. So I'll prepare 2 servings, one using in the bottom, and then the other one I'll use on top. So you can also serve like this. So this one I'll put the custard first, and then the crumble on top.
That looks great. Okay, Naki, let's get back to you.
Yeah, well, here is ready. Oh, Valerie, please. So we have here
oh my.
Yummy.
Yummy.
How long do you wait for it to sit?
Maybe depends. Sometimes I put in the fridge, and sometimes my kids don't let me to wait. Depends how you like. You can wait outside maybe 10 minutes because it's still hot, and in the fridge you can just put it there and you eat anytime you want.
That's lovely.
Depends
and
how you
will
like.
It set?
Sorry?
Does it get set and firm?
Yeah, they get set.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to add some coconut in the top.
I have to put coconut on the top.
What other toppings you can use all kinds of different toppings, right?
Yeah, you can add some raspberry, strawberry, or a piece of dark chocolate. Depends what you like. I like with raspberry. I like the mix of the flavors.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, no more. Oh my.
Valerie wants to have it right away.
Oh yeah. You want to try now? It's really hot. You have to wait. Okay.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take a quick picture of everybody with your custard.
all of the treats that you made today, I would love.
Yeah, really healthy, aren't they? and then you can dress them up in a different way, right?
One more food.
There you go. And you Valerie can say that she's helped to make this too. Ooh. Thank you very much again. All right. Who else are we going back to now? I think
I have the
Monica is going to show us how she does hers.
So I made the, can you see? Yeah. I put it here ready. So I have one with the nuts in the bottom. And then the other one, when I'm using the crumble on top, I'll let it set first. And then after, I'll add the nuts. Otherwise, you just sink. But then I want to show you the nuts that I made whole.
Ooh, those are done.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are done as well. So they can come out as clusters like this. After you cool down, you can just break in your hands. It's a delicious snack. So delicious. And it's different this way. When you just roast nuts as they are, the seasoning doesn't stick to it that much. But then if you use the egg white, can you see that it's coated?
Yes.
It's completely coated. They're all brown because it's coated in the spices.
Wow.
Delicious.
I can
it's
Yeah.
perfect
hear
for
the. Oops.
perfect for a football party.
Monica, come back so we can take a screenshot. All right.
I've got a screenshot as well. Excellent.
So I can show you now. It's better the say text.
Okay.
Did you took my picture?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did.
Sorry.
That looks gorgeous.
Let's do another one.
Nice. And I want
Hold
to
on.
tell everyone a tip. If you want truffle, you can, when you put the oil on the skin, you can substitute the white truffle oil instead of olive oil. So you would
Wow.
have that truffle smell with your sweet
Wow.
pancake.
Wow.
Very deluxe.
Okay, very deluxe. Exactly.
And also, when you let in your custard, it doesn't matter if it's this custard or any other custard. When you're letting it set, it's good to cover with some cling film on top so it doesn't create a skin. So after it's set, you just remove it, and it has a smooth top, not the the skin that the custard creates sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So that it doesn't have a skin on it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
you let the
So
serving
show.
jar actually touch the custard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you peel it off with a bit of the custard on it. Okay, that's good to know.
Yes. You do have to let it set before you add your extra bits to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be posting our pictures on the enthusiast group, and thank you all very much for joining us. I've got one here that I cooked along with you too. Ooh.
Everything looks delicious.
I'm gonna spotlight you.
Looks so yummy, guys.
There you go. You can add it with some strawberries.
We want to see your lovely face too.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, everybody.
Great.
Bye.
Right,
thank you very much.
Thank you for
And,
coming.
if you do make this, please post some pictures for us, and we'll post the links to the recipes on the enthusiast group. Look at that. We're gonna have a delicious Naki. Show us your chocolate mousse. Oh,
She already had one.
It's gone. It's just gone.
it's already. She's sitting there going.
Yeah.
So funny.